Hey everybody, welcome back to White's Wondrous Minecraft world. One quick thing before we get into this episode, I want to show you guys this thing from last episode. So last episode you guys commented about this thing that I made. It's a little, what do we call these, a marketplace, whatever you want to call it. And those of you that commented about it really seemed to enjoy it. And I'm very happy about that. I wouldn't say that this was necessarily my first attempt, but this is the first final product that I came out with that I liked, and it's not bad. It's not bad. I do like it, and I think that we will be using this around here. But if you don't remember, the plan around here in this villager area is to have a huge town hall area in the middle and having those market stalls around the edge. I don't know how far to go, but a decent bit, I'm guessing, a decent bit. But now that that's over, I thank you guys for all your feedback on that. Really appreciate it, and has influenced me, like I said, to make these all around here. But in today's episode, we are going to be going out on an adventure, hopefully starting on, possibly completing a spider string farm. There was one that someone left a comment to me about a little while back now, made by, who was it? I forget the name of who it was, but it will be in the description below of this episode. So go ahead and check that out if you haven't already. It will be, I forget who it was by, but it's someone who I'm subscribed to, and I can't quite remember their name right now. But they are really good, and the farm is really good. So we're gonna go out on an adventure to find an open area, because what I need for this area, I need an open ocean somewhere. Now, I was thinking to go this way because there's a lot of ocean over here. There's a lot of ocean that way as well. So we're just gonna have to go around and figure stuff out. Let's see where I'm gonna have the most open space. Because theoretically, over an ocean has the least amount of caves, therefore the highest spawn rates, which is of course what we want. So I guess without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and go searching for a place, and I'll be back when I've done so. Alright, so I found us a spot. It took a little while to get out here, but we aren't too far away. About 1,000 blocks in each direction. -1,000, -1,300, -1,400, something like that. You can see around us, some of that. All kinds of different biomes. And this right here is where we're going to be building that AFK spider string farm that is by Works. I figured out who it was by. I'm so happy. But I just want to go in here because I want to show you guys where this is in the nether. So this I worked on in a live stream. This tunnel right here, finished it in a live stream. We're down the blue portal, the blue tunnel. And if we head down this way, I want to show you guys some progress that I've done in here, because I haven't shown you guys any progress in the nether in a long time. At least it feels like a long time. Down there is where I've been using to get passing villagers. If we look down here, as you can see, I've been doing work, but not a lot of work. There's a lot more left to do, and hopefully within the next couple of months we can get that done. This nether tunnel project has been going on forever, and it's taking a lot longer than I expected. Mainly because there's an ice spikes biome down there, and that's like 1,000. This is like 1,000 block tunnel. We're only at like 100 and something, so yeah, it's gonna take a while. But I already showed you guys where the farm is going to be. Now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is begin working on the farm. I don't know if I'll bring you guys back for progress updates or what all I'm gonna do with that. Of course, you all will find out in just a few minutes. But I guess I'll go ahead and get to work, and I'll be back. Oh, hey, look, progress. Woohoo, fun, yeah, woohoo. So, guys, I've done a lot of progress. As you can see, the portal is now down below. I have a bunch of chests down here. Ladders leading up. I did all this off camera. I've been bringing materials over and whatnot. I actually want to put that away now. But what I went in and did this bottom layer to start off with. So, I'll put a link down in the description to the showcase video that he made. I don't know if it's necessarily a tutorial. I downloaded the world that he had, and I'm building it here in this world now. But I started off with this. On here is going to be the collection system for whenever, because the spider farm is going to be up there in the sky. And then they're going to get pushed out using water and redstone stuff trickery, and they're gonna fall down here. You're gonna land on a platform that's like a block and a half, 2 blocks up from this height right here. And then right where this is gonna be a bunch of minecarts. Yeah, I think it's a hopper minecart. I'm pretty sure it's a hopper minecart on here with a bunch of powered rails. It's gonna go back and forth all the way across here. As the spiders die and leave their string, they'll get collected, and then everything will be all good. And that's also why this is kind of being built off camera, is because it's a lot of this stuff. I've spent a lot of time on this today. I don't know how long. First off, I don't know how long this episode is going to be. Number 2, I don't know if we're going to finish this farm in today's episode. We may just start it and continue it next episode and whatnot. We'll see. We'll see how things go. We'll see how much time I have. I probably won't have enough time to finish this. But yeah, just want to give you guys a progress update, show you all what's going on. I'm going to go ahead and I guess get back to work, and I'll be back. So I was walking back to the storage room here, and I got myself a bunch of powered rails. As you see here, I have 4 stacks in one. I did get like a stack and a half from the nether, because we had powered rails there for the nether tunnels. But I used what gold I had here. But if you see here, we are literally fresh out of gold. I mean, we have 3 ingots, 12 nuggets, and a gold ore. I just put 32 into the 32 ore into the smelter, and I'm gonna put 16 in there right now. But we have like no gold. I know we have some in beacons in places. We have some in. There's some gold there. I can put back. Why did I put that in there? That's stupid. Okay. There we go. But we need gold. We need gold and we need iron, and fast, because I don't know if this is how many power rails I'm gonna be able to finish the farm with, because part of the spider string farm, I need powered rails to keep the hopper minecart going. But we need gold. And speaking of gold, I want to go in here into the nether, and I want to show you guys something that I've been working on. It's probably gonna take a little bit to get there, but hopefully we can get there without much avail, something like that. And we are here at the gold farm. I'm working on tearing this down, is why I'm in here. I have started tearing this down. I wanted to show you guys that. I've started tearing down the glass, which isn't the best of ideas, so I started tearing down one of the other floors. And there's a special thing I want to do for that project. A special kind of YouTube thing that I'm thinking about doing for this project. We'll see. I got the idea from another YouTuber that I watch, which in that episode I will talk about it, or at least mention the YouTuber who I got it from, who I'm getting the idea from, or getting inspired by the idea from, whatever. The point is, I have a special idea for a video that I think I'm going to do for that. So we'll see how that works. I have plans, but as usual, my plans usually go in the ground. So, yeah. We'll see. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get back to working on the farm. We still need a lot more resources, and a lot more work is going to get done. And we are definitely not getting it done this episode, which is a bit of a bummer, but not too much of a surprise. Oh, and one more thing. My sounds. I figured out what the minecart sound is. Those of you that were in my last live stream, you'll know this. Friendly creatures, apparently, is minecarts. That makes sense. Anyways, I'm going to go do work, and I'll be back. Okay, so I kind of want to put a halt to the spider farm for right now. We'll return to it towards the end of the episode. I'm actually going to be doing a little bit of redstone on camera before we get back to it. But I wanted to talk about something while I work on this nether tunnel, because I did mention earlier about this, but I have been working on this quite a bit, and for some reason I find this very, very soothing to sort of work on. Maybe because the colors are blue, and blue, at least this shade of blue, this light blue, is kind of a soothing color to begin with. I don't know, but I find this whole process just very, very relaxing and whatnot. Other than, you know, building a string farm that someone else built and that I'm just trying to understand. But what I wanted to kind of talk about is copying on YouTube. Reason I want to talk about this, I saw a comment recently on a video by Iskal85. Some of you may know who he is. He's a Hermitcraft member, YouTuber with approximately 45,000 subscribers. I remember starting to follow him back when his channel had just hit 8K, I believe, something like that. Before he was on Hermitcraft, he's a really good YouTuber. Seriously, if you like my content and you want someone who is really good at building, really good at redstone, and just an all-around great commentator and player, he's definitely someone to check out. So I highly recommend him. But I was reading through his comment section, which is usually a pretty good comment section, and of course, I saw a pretty good comment by someone. I don't remember what their name was, but they were talking about the fact that Iskal decided to use a armor equipping design that Cubfan had used on the server already, and Iskal kind of mentioned it in the video that he was using a design by Cubfan, and the commenter really liked the idea that that the members didn't have too much pride to the point where they felt that they couldn't use someone else's design or take something from someone else's design and implement it into their own builds. And that got me thinking, you know, I've never quite understood why being inspired from someone or taking a certain build that someone else did and sort of using it for yourself in your own way can be perceived as bad. Of course, if you completely copy the person and don't give them any credit at all, I can understand that. But if you're simply using a design, especially with something like an armor equipping design, which takes a certain kind of mind, a certain kind of mentality to understand. But yeah, I've never quite understood why people think that you can't use someone else's design. For instance, I use people's designs all the time. You know, with the string farm, I'm using someone else's design. Gold farm, someone else's design, because I know that I'm not the greatest at redstone. I'm not good at all at redstone or anything farm related, unless it's a simple skeleton farm or zombie farm. And in that case, those are super easy. Usually, once you get one down, you know how it works. But I guess I've just never understood that sort of mentality where being inspired by someone or using someone else's build but still giving them credit is frowned upon in some cases. Like, oh, you have to make everything yourself. First of all, this is a game. This is a game, and of course you shouldn't copy people at all. I don't like that at all, personally. But if you give them credit, I don't see why it's a huge deal. I mean, this is, for instance, something like the single player world. If I were to use someone else's design, this is still my world. And I feel like I should be able to do what I want with the world, regardless of whether I'm using someone else's design or not. As long as I give them credit, I don't see what the problem is. But I do feel like that there is this mentality on YouTube where you can't use someone else's design. That, oh, you have to come up with something that's your own design. You have to always be 100% original in everything you do, which is not the way to grow. It's not the way to grow as a person, in my opinion. It's not the way to expand your skills. For instance, if I hadn't built a, what was it? The typical skeleton grinder that I found online, I would not know how to do it. I would not know a lot of the mechanics I know about skeletons and water streams and whatnot. So yeah, that's just, it was on my mind after reading that comment, and I figured I'd share it with you guys. So let me know what you guys think about this sort of mentality where using someone else's design and giving them credit is somewhat frowned upon by viewers and creators alike. I guess part of it, is people's pride. People want to always have original ideas, because, I don't know, it makes them look better or feel better, I guess. There's nothing wrong with having an original design, but feeling as though you can't use someone else's design and still credit them, just, I don't know, doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, I guess that's just my mentality. That's just how I am. But like I said, let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think. But I guess I'm gonna go ahead and get right back to building the spider string farm. Like I said, I have a little bit of redstone I want to do, and then we will be good to go for this episode. We're not gonna finish it, but we will get pretty far on it, and I'm pretty pleased. So I'm gonna go ahead, get back to work, and I'll see you all in just a moment. Alright, so we are now at the scary part of the video. This is the part of the video where I try to do redstone. Granted, this isn't my own original redstone, this is just stuff I found. It's part of this farm, but me doing redstone? What is this? What is this madness? But I have a screenshot up on my second screen of this that I got from the world download of this world. I think that's how that goes. We have to place a rail on top of this as well. I'll have to power all these as well. All these rails need powered. Gosh darn it. I'll get to it though. But yeah, like I said, I don't normally do redstone, but I feel like this is pretty important stuff to show on, what do you even call this? The video. This is the video. This is the video, White. This is a video. What am I doing? Okay. Can I take this? Or I cannot take that. Okay, that's fine. My elytra did a thing. That's cool. That goes like that. And we put a redstone dust on here. Yeah, we do that. Let me do that. Let me do that. Okay. Is that how that works? I think that's how that works. Hey, I'm looking at something and doing it correctly for once. What is this madness? Now, here comes the part that I do kind of understand this redstone, believe it or not. Despite the fact that I always say that I suck at redstone, I do kind of understand this. So, the comparator goes there, like that. Okay. So I'm assuming whenever the minecart comes all the way back here and it has stuff, it'll drop it into that hopper. That hopper is locked or something? Because I know comparators measure whether there is something, like if there are items inside of a chest. I know that much. But now we need hoppers for some reason. I don't know why we need these. Well, I do kind of know why we need these. So what we need is this placed here with the hopper going into there. Beautiful. Now, what I can do is do this. Yes. Place a chest there. And how many chests do we want? We'll place 1, 2, 3, 4 down. 1, 2, 3, 4 down. And from here, of course, we're just going to be putting some hoppers in here. So basically what happens here, if you don't know, I don't understand it completely, but I assume what happens is that once there are items in the hopper minecart, they stop here. They flush into that hopper. Some sort of redstone majiggy goes on. They go into that chest, which then goes into that chest. I hope none of these are trap chests. We'll see. Which then filters down into that chest, and now what I'm doing is putting hoppers so that eventually this bottom chest right here is where all the items should end up. Let's actually test this to see if I have. So if we throw a yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh, so having that powered rail, having the redstone here must, when there are hoppers, when there are items going from the hopper minecart into the or this must detect if there are items going from the hopper minecart into the hopper. That makes sense. Okay, I understand that now. And down here, and we get it. Good, that works. Perfect. Well, that's done. I'll have to repeat this process for the other side, because there'll be 2 different platforms. The actual spawner is gonna go the actual farm is gonna go up there. This is just a collection system down here. So I also need to get all these rails powered using levers and whatnot. Underneath, I think, is where they're supposed to go and all that. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the episode today, guys. Actually, we have started the spider string farm. We've started a collection system at least. I'm not sure if it's gonna be next episode or the episode after that, but we are going to go ahead and actually do the farm. Actually build the actual farm that we need to farm these spiders. Because I would do it next episode. My problem is that there's this build I really want to do. I designed it in creative recently, and I really like it, and I really want to build it in the world, and get things rolling with it. So we might do that next episode instead of finishing this. But yeah, I guess now is that time of the episode where I go and pick a comment for today. Let's place those there. I guess today's where I go. Now is when I go and pick a comment for the day, and I guess I'll go pick that comment now. All right, guys, I have today's comment, and today's comment is from a user by the name of, I think it's Proximity is how you pronounce it. There's supposed to be a little accent over the last E thingy madoodle. I think it's how you pronounce it. I'm so sorry if I got it wrong. But this person commented on episode 106, now being featured on episode 107, and they said, I have a similar mentality. I look at it as a bit of a responsibility, but I still prioritize education. And then he says, once you go faithful, you never go back. Trust me. This first part here refers to my whole mentality thing that I was talking about, YouTube mentality, where I've been trying to think of YouTube more as like a responsibility, sort of as a job. I did say job quite a bit. I would say responsibility is probably a better term. Like he said on here, it's probably a better term for that than job. But yeah, I think a lot of YouTubers nowadays, especially because there are a lot of YouTubers that have come and gone. But I almost feel like the YouTubers that have stayed around for the longest, either have this sort of mentality, or they just purely enjoy it, and they just want to create content no matter what, and they don't think of it as a job. They think of it as just something fun to do, which I think either one will work. And there's of course other mentalities to be brought up in this case, but I think those two especially are the ones that last the longest in my opinion. As for the second part, I used to use the Faithful 32 texture pack. I've never tried Faithful 64, but I have tried Faithful 32 quite a bit. I did love it, but the thing I like about Default is that, first off, whenever I update to new versions of Minecraft, I don't have to wait for a texture pack in order for things to work. And also, I like the default look. Some people don't like the textures, they like how the Faithful textures are better. Because if you don't know, Faithful is more like it looks a lot like Default, but it's a lot more refined, something like that. But I don't know, I guess maybe the nostalgia effect of Default. Back when I first played the game, I only used Default. I didn't get into Faithful until a little bit afterwards, but I also didn't really even know how to download texture packs anyway, so it wouldn't have helped me too much. But I just really like the look of Default. I think that no matter what other texture packs come around, if you can get something to work in Default, so if you can get a build to look good in Default, it's a good build. Whereas I guess with Faithful that's true as well, but I don't know. I'm just a huge fan of Default. It's easy for me. I don't have to worry about texture packs, and it's just nice all around. But yeah, Faithful is pretty good. I would agree. Faithful's pretty good. Wow, we just dropped down to some serious frame drops over here. Frame drops, something like that. Yeah. But anyways, guys, like I said earlier, that's gonna do it for today's episode. Hope you all enjoyed. Next episode, we will probably work on the one build that I have in store for you guys instead of the farm, because I'm really excited for it, and I really hope you guys will be too. But like I said, thank you all so much for watching this episode of White's Wondrous Minecraft World. If you did enjoy the video, go ahead, smash that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you're new and or not already subscribed. Anyways, guys, take care, and I'll see you later.